Yeah, but.
That's the door, the house is running away out of red school.
Ready? You want to approve the minutes? Ready?
We're live.
Yeah.
Welcome to the June board meeting. Hope everybody's having a great time out on the golf course. Great weather. Enjoy our last spring days here before the heat comes back. So we'll call the meeting to order.
Mr. President, I'd like to put forth the motion to approve the minutes from our last board meeting.
Second.
First, second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? So be it. I want to thank the Compass Subcommittee members. They're the ones that's been helping us with developing our asset schedule and modeling, and really like to thank that team being led by Dan, includes Jan and Lucy and Lori, Sean and Nate, for all the work they've done in developing and delivering the Compass software model for our club. A lot of work. There's been numerous other members and management team members and consultants who assisted them, but we believe we now have a workable capital model that'll help us in delivering our strategic plans that we've put in place. What that means for the club is that the management team will maintain the model now with some help with the Compass consultants. They'll routinely update the model as we purchase equipment, replace equipment, repair facilities, and any new facilities we put in place. What this gives is our current and our future boards, we now have the tool to analyze what financing options we have for maintaining those assets and for using it for analyzing any future opportunities. This is a huge improvement from where we've been. It's taken a lot of work and dedication by the subcommittee members, and I really want to thank them for their time and effort for helping get this delivered for us to use on an ongoing basis. I'd also like to thank the tournament committees and GTNA, working with GTNH and pulling together the tournaments. Very active schedule. It really doesn't happen without the dedication of our members and of our management team. A lot of hard work, a lot of coordination, and a lot of cooperation to make the pull these off. Friday, women's invitational starts, and it has a significant increase in participation over last year, so kudos to the team for pulling this together. The men's invitational is in July. It's full, has a wait list, and with the changes we made last year of carrying over the wait list to let those waitlist members join, and now all of them were able to register this year, so we have a new wait list, but it's got everybody from all last year's. The inaugural super senior invitational is in August, and it's nearly full, and the classic tournament in September is full, and members can sign up to the wait list. I'll just check with Keith if I got that right.
Yes, that's correct.
Good answer.
Classic is full, but only has one team ready to go on the wait list, so just filled.
Okay, so an active tournament season. Oh.
Sorry, on this agenda. We had something else in that order. Anyways, we approved a couple of new memberships. Since the last board meeting, also approved one authorization for expenditure for patio furniture for the lakeside. Fire. That was $9,500. That's all.
You covered those, okay? So what you see on the screen is the list of projects that have been approved for 2024, and funds have been dedicated to those projects. So you see a long list, the 15th hole cart path, which is done now and looks great, and everything is growing in well, and we have total access to it, correct? So that's great. Dam repairs, which are still something in front of us, dam state study, which will go, is that complete?
We have a bid, we have a proposal for it, yes.
Okay, alright. And then manor house windows have been installed, point of sale system's been upgraded. Hole 1 and 10 drainage will be going on this fall. Men's locker and tile and carpet has been replaced. We had a water damage there that had to be replaced. Fairway mower, golf shot office remodel, 2024 Toro Club car, variety of pieces of equipment for the golf course are all here.
Still, a few is still pending.
Okay, alright. And then the Lakeside Plaza Fire Pit project is underway. As you can all see that it's out there. The intent is for it to be complete by the 4th of July weekend. Team monuments are here and coming in as we speak. And the T markers, which Nate, do you have samples of those to share with everybody? These are gonna be the new T markers.
Yeah.
It came in today.
And so they'll be out there for the women's invitational?
Yep.
Great, okay. Men's and women's lockers. The women's lockers are here and will be installed after the women's invitational. And the men's lockers will be coming when?
End of the month.
Okay. Kitchen equipment, some of it is here, more coming, or is it all here?
It is ordered and it will be on its way.
Okay, great. And then reseal and restrike the parking lot is something that will be done in the third quarter or fourth quarter this year?
August 26th and 27th. That's when we aerify the golf course.
Okay, we'll have to still talk about that date.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so that's the projects that have been approved and funds have been identified for those. There's a long list of projects that we are also considering. And if you want to go to the next slide, these are projects that are under consideration for this year. We had $100,000 for the dam repair. We recognize that there's another $20,000 need there, so that will be increased. Grounds and greens equipment was 17% of the 2024 budget. So there's another $62,000 available for additional equipment on the course. Pool deck upgrades, we're studying that right now, but we're looking at a budget of about $100,000 plus or minus, and we'll have more information on that as we go forward. Stairs from the deck to the fire pit, we have a bid on that, and we'll probably be approving that in the next week or so to go forward, so we'll be able to get down from the pool deck to the new fire pit. Heated walkway from the parking lot to the main entrance, still being studied. Manor house and kitchen equipment and furnishings, another $20,000 being considered. Outside furnishings, another $20,000. Additional course improvements, $100,000. So total, the projects that are getting a lot of attention right now that we're studying that have not been approved, that are being considered, are about $359,000. That means that with the funds we have available, we still have another $292,000 that is uncommitted, which doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna spend all that. We're gonna be building a reserve for future projects and just the unknown that are out there. So that's just a real quick overview of where we're going with projects in 2024.
We had a quick question on chat to provide more details about the cap increase. So before we go, if anybody
Passed over
wants,
that because I didn't have it on my list here.
yeah,
The board is authorized, to do an increase, of the cap up to, 330, members, full call equivalent members in our, bylaws. We currently have a situation where the membership committee asked for and received approval to increase the cap by 5 up to 320 from the current 315. And part of that reasoning is to help us manage some resignations that are coming that are on the Thames list, where our bylaws require a payout to those members of initiate a portion of the initiation fees. So we wanted to have a little more room to manage that process going forward. We don't anticipate it's really going to put any additional stress on the T sheet. I know it's one of the biggest concerns, but I don't think that'll be an issue.
okay. I'll let you know if there's anything else that comes back on that. Okay, finance update, Lori. I'm gonna talk a little bit about May. End of May, we recovered from previous couple months. I've been saying we weren't quite at budget. We're 12,000 over our budgeted amount. May happens to be a loss just because we're incurring expenses and such, but we haven't got there yet with a full swing of activity. But the departments are doing really well, as far as pro shop seeing more green fees and cart fees and what we had budgeted. I think in June, we had an extra tournament outside the budget. In May we did, okay. So, so that was great to see, and, we're managing some expenses along the way with, staffing, payroll, administrative expenses. And our membership is ahead actuals. We're a little behind on IFees with sales, but because that money goes to capital, we really don't see that effect on our operation or budget. So I think the most important thing just to know now is that we're really watching our results and how things are coming in. Busiest times, May, June, July, August, all that activity. We have some weddings that were budgeted coming up in the future months that were not booked. Back when we did the budget, like in October, November. So, we might see some fluctuation, but we have the forecast coming up after the June financials, after the actuals. So that will really tell us how we sit for the first half of the year and what we expect for the rest of the time. So overall, we had a really solid month.
No questions.
Any questions, please? No.
I move to approve the financials as presented.
I got first, second, any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Vegan. Every quarter, I guess, really a quarter in, but it's June, so that's a quarter in. We talk about, the new hires that we had, tell you guys a little bit about them, so you can be familiar with them. And so I have the first one, Jennifer Casca. She, has replaced Heather in this. I couldn't have found a person, from what I feel. I hope she's supporting you guys all to your expectations, but, really friendly, great customer service, learning, all she can straight at it, you know, really like done a good job on vacation with you, so hopefully she does a good job. But, fun fact about her is that she recently became a beekeeper. Interesting. She was at least 45, but still Larkspur. They have all. So that's really fun thing. So maybe we'll get some honey. And then, she enjoys golfing. She is a member of the Pikes Peak Men's Golf Association, so they play here and everywhere else. During their league play, just paddleboarding, they have a lake nearby, kind of by Franklin, but not really, camping. She could be my sister? Yeah, we are. She's 1 year older than me, so. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, that's good. I'll take it. Right, exactly. She'll just take over one day. Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, and, oh, well, her puppy just got in, she just got new chickens, like meat chickens, not just chickens that lay eggs, and her puppy like attacked 6 of them. That's not very good, I don't know. I know, life on a farm, so that's why she works part-time, because she has all this stuff at home and stuff. Yeah, so anyways, that's Jennifer. Now I think we go through some golf.
Sydney Ertler, her sister, of the golf shop this year. Fun fact about Sydney, she obviously works with her friend Kaylin, and Sydney's the older sister by one. Finished her out. And spends time when not at work in sports and schools. So super active in both their education careers, but sports as well. So all the things that they do there at Christians. Next one up is Landon. What is Landon's last name? I apologize. Landon's from Castle Rock. He's part of the outside service / member service team. Great addition, just really good personality, but also always staying busy, looking for ways to help out his peers. Fun fact about Landon, he played college lacrosse. And also a passionate golfer and goes many things. Got a chance to get to know JP a little bit, but Jennifer Sell, so he's the director of instruction. His hometown is Palmdale, California. Fact that others may not know, well, he is a left-handed golfer, but he's actually competed in tournaments as a right-handed player. Yeah, so he's competed in tournaments as a right-handed player. You'll get a lot of coaches that do this as a way to experience a little bit what a new golfer learns in the game of golf. Many of us have been playing golf so long that we've kind of lost touch with what it feels like to be a new player. So by switching dexterity, they can force themselves through some of those experiences that a new golfer lost through. So Jonah played a couple things there at UCCS as a righty. I think what he's the tallest player. No, I think he can shoot low 40s. He's got in the 30s yet. And when he's not at work, he's golf and sports betting, which is kind of what golf pros do. Yeah, absolutely. So Jonah had the opportunity, Colorado local was a student of Jonah's. Colin Prater qualified for the US Open and was a participant last week. So he's a high school teacher that's also a really high level amateur player. And so a lot of fuss about Colin, but Jonah went out there and had the opportunity to coach Colin in the US Open. So on the driving range, they're on the golf course in the practice rounds. They played with Rose Zalatoris on Monday. We're going to Clark and Mike Hubbard on Tuesday. And then Jordan Spieth and Sam Burns on Wednesdays. So, unfortunately, Colin didn't play as well as he would have wanted in the tournament. Difficult conditions, as we all saw, but really unique experience for John. I was able to make a lot of connections with some of the high-level tour coaches, and he looks forward to this off season for the travel and shadow those coaches. We do. Colin's our course record. He plays pretty well. Yeah.
I get to introduce Samantha Stairs. Sam works out at Maximus and helps out with breakfast here in the clubhouse. She is from Bristol, England, so you get to hear her accent in as well, especially when she says, thanks, my love. She says quite a bit, which is great. She's got a great positive attitude, wonderful person to be around. Positive attitude, and always willing to go above and beyond. Thank you. She had a 34 career with Douglas County as an evidence technician. So she's definitely very specific and detail oriented, which is good. She helps out in that area. We're very organized.
Apparently, yeah.
Louder?
Yeah, we're having
Okay.
some, can't hear. so
Sorry,
The owl is connected.
I will try and be louder.
Okay.
She's traveled, Florida, with her team when she worked in that field. A lot of, experience within, the sheriff's department. Her hobby is making charcuterie platters. She actually brought one in for us here at Prairie Park for the staff, and the presentation was phenomenal. So she's really good at, executing the board. Really excited to do that. Someone can bring in something that's very, thank you to her. Brett, her husband, and her pets, Forrest and Stormy. She's a resident and social member here. Other new hires, we got twins as well. I don't know if you guys, twins. So we have Stella Hoepner. Her hometown is St. Charles, Illinois. She is trained to work as a host, a busser, and food runner. So new employee just within the last month. She's the youngest of 7 kids. Very dedicated to her position, and she just recently started helping take pictures here at and her sister, Sienna. She rides horses, that's her passion. Their family is also part of the club as well. And we live just outside here at New Branch. She enjoys to run. She was hiking and running with her. Yes, great. Glad you brought that up. Hutch Hoepner is sitting in the seat.
Name is Abby. She came back this year. Camping place over there. Jellystone. Part-time there, and then she worked at the dishwasher here last year, 2 years ago. So now she's, training in the book. Doing very well. She did a pretty good stressful time this morning with, 2 orders coming in at the same time, prep orders, and managing tickets on the line, and she did very well. And, shout out to her. In fact, when we meet about her, she does all the maintenance, mods, and upgrades on her car. On her cars, I wish she had a radio car. And she's been in thrift competitions. You guys probably seen her older Mazda sitting out there in the parking lot. It's the older one that's kind of low. So yeah, she does all the maintenance and stuff on that. She likes working and driving a car. She plays video games and really reading. You see her around, so really happy.
That is good. Yeah, that's it for new hires, so. You have to stand really close.
Okay.
Mr. Al is not working.
It's not just a
tonight.
Wednesday chef, that's an RX-7, it's a special call. All right, so GTNH update, this is Keith here for those online. Crouch down to the owl. So we had a pretty strong month. We added an additional Monday outing, so thanks to the team for being willing to handle that. We had a Monday date that wasn't booked on the budget, but we felt like we were in a place where we could execute that, so we added that to the calendar and we were able to get a little bit ahead for the budget for the coming year, so that's very helpful. We did experience some impact to golf shop sales and a little bit of green fees early in May, as you all experienced as passionate golfers. The weather wasn't that good to start out our spring. So a little slow and behind on sales because of that. Couple reminder to members, just kind of respecting our golf course and your fellow members. Couple observations in May that occurred. So jumping out on the tee sheet ahead of play, when we set our tee time, that is the first that maintenance is ready for anybody to get on the golf course. So if 7 a.m. is the starting time, you don't get started with our rounds before 7. So we want to hold that starting time. It takes Jason and his team a whole lot of work to be able to get the golf course in playable condition. And we need that window to be able to get that done. So it stresses out his team, could cause them to miss some details that we all come to really respect and appreciate. So we really appreciate that. And then one observation, those of you that play the white tees, on number 1, you probably noticed some odd divot patterns. Not a driving range, as it turns out. So we use the white tees on number 1 to hit down the fairway. So those are just a couple examples that, respecting our golf course, we've got a team that works really, really hard to maintain that and keep it in place. But also that's a respect to your fellow members as well, maintain the facility. And then a little reminder that we sure appreciate guest green fees are a pretty big part of our operating budget, but also a reminder that when your guests are here on property, that your responsibility. So you know the rules and regulations of play by country club. Your guest does not, but as your guest, we expect that they'll help them work through their day without impacting the fellow members. That goes down to dress code, pace of play, and just overall. My last bullet point here are monthly reports. So GT&H takes time to come through a few different reports, ranging from pace of play, your handicap posting percentages. Pace of play in May, we tracked 165 foursomes, so primarily on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and had an average pace of 4 hours and 1 minute. So kudos to all. So agreed upon pace. And then utilization report. So this chart at the bottom of your slide there walks through each day of the week, kind of an hour block, morning, midday, and afternoon to our utilization. Not a lot of surprises there. This is kind of what we've seen year over year, but noting that it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday are busier windows. Sunday specifically a little slower in May. But one caveat, May can certainly be impacted by a bad weather day that causes the tee sheet to clear out. So these numbers should regulate a little bit as we get into the summer months. Any questions? No? Thank you.
This might be perfect. This might be perfect height for me. So, and I'll project as much as I can. This actually will be pretty brief. Really, the team's just focusing on day-to-day course setup, details, operation, and getting through what we have as a pretty good set of tournament events coming up. Women's Invitational for sure, Men's Invitational to follow, and just Monday events, the whole 9 yards. You know, we try to keep the golf course in the best condition possible on a daily basis where you're not going to see too much variation in course conditions. It just ends up being the longer days, the grass is growing longer, grass is growing quicker. So just trying to catch up on all that stuff. From a project front, 15 and 16 cart path are open. Tie-ins came in really well. We have a little small section still left on number 11 that will get sodded in here pretty soon. Kind of shied away from ordering sod with the heat last week. So, but it's supposed to be decent now. From a staffing perspective, I do have some new hires. I do have some people that thought that they liked the golf business, thought they liked those early mornings, the cold temperature, the isolation, but So we're working through that, have one individual position, a full-time seasonal position that would go through October. Currently open, but most of the staff's doing a pretty good job of picking up that slack presently. Outside of that, that's really all I have. Excited for the new T markers, we'll get those out. T monuments, we just got number 17 installed today. Try to tackle at least one of those a week. As we go through. So they're heavy enough that it's 4 people to pick it up. 12 man hours, probably. Yeah. Quite a few bags of cement. Yeah, so, no, that has not been completed yet. Hopefully we'll get to that this week. It's on our list of things to get done. It's good set. Yep. Thank you.
Say, I'm using the Gen app for the mapping and the goals with the styling, and it seems like it's pretty tough. Nice.
Reporting, for the month of May. So this is a membership count breakdown. We ended up at 316. We didn't need an out-of-state membership. But that's kind of a moot point now that we're moving forward and we're at 3. There's the breakdown. Three full golf sales last month, so we had pretty strongly, and then 2 for 2 social memberships. We did have a couple of transfers, so we are full golf and then out of very little golf. And currently our initiation fees are at 25,000 for full. Junior golf is at 18, professional is at 5, and so this is our breakdown. So still a total of 552 memberships all together with and then this is a breakdown percentage of members are full equity for the majority of 30% of the membership, and then the average is 6. This is acquisition. So these are people who joined. So year to date, we've got 10 new golf memberships and social. The majority is due to membership referral, 36%. Members of the club, great about the club. Also, the second most popular reason is just moving to the area, and then also friends. Yeah. Sure. Resignations, year to date, total golf is 13, and then total social is 20. And then the reasons below, it's going to be did not use and moving being the primary reasons for golf. And then for social, just a variety, did not use, personal financial hardship, and then moving. Welcome our new members. So this is a variety of new families that have joined us. They went through the extensive new membership application process, and the membership committee recommended them for membership, and the board approved. So I'd like to recognize and welcome these new families. Any questions?
Hello, everybody, Chef again. Reporting on the kitchen. We are currently getting ready for the Women's Invitational this week. Morning breakfasts and lunch for 2 days, and then we have the Ended up changing the Saturday night thing. We didn't get enough traction for the casino night, so we ended up just running prime rib night and did we ended up doing live music?
Yes, Hutch is gonna play for us.
Hutch is gonna play, awesome. I did not get a chance to put these, new cook, cause he just started recently, but his name's Gerald, he just started. And then we have an additional, dishwashers that have started in the last couple weeks back there. I'm waiting for our new kitchen equipment, hopefully by this end of the month. We are very excited to have all this new state-of-the-art kitchen equipment coming up. Additions, we are getting 10 top burner, range. It's got 2 ovens on the bottom, all sparkly and brand new. The 60-inch flat top grill, that will be sitting on a equipment stand. Salamander cheese melter, which that's kind of like the piece of equipment where if you put nachos on a plate, you'll throw it in there and melt the cheese. And then, additional 3-door reach-in freezer, and then the piece that we have back there currently will go over to Max's to replace a outdated piece of equipment. So looking forward to it. Couple things that we have to do is just get the Ansel system reconfigured, to get that new equipment put in back there, but, just waiting for all the new stuff to come.
Thank you, Chef.
What you got today, Kevin?
Kevin Brown reporting for front of the house. Staffing update, we have a tips training for our servers and bartenders. We also have, some of our younger staff members that are becoming servers that are gonna be a part of this training. So staff members that are 17 that turn 18 in the next few months, that have been with us for a few years, kind of that next wave of servers, at Perry Park. That will be going through this training process next Tuesday. So it's alcohol awareness training, so they know how to deal with certain situations when we need to make sure we're carding people, not over serving people, and making sure they're aware of those guidelines when it comes to serving alcohol. We are fully staffed for the front of the house operation, so that includes beverage carts, Max's, weddings, events, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A sales update I wanted to share with everyone. Our best-selling food item for year-to-date is the prime rib dip. We've sold 331 through the end of May. Has anyone tried that?
Oh,
Ken is your number one.
Kudos to Chef.
well, you guys know when we do prime rib night, that's the meat we use. Whenever we have anything left over, we'll slice it up.
Is that new on the menu?
No, it's been
I
on,
thought it was- Yeah.
I'm sure it's been on before I even started.
It's like a go-to item. The au jus
You're
sausage.
doing it right.
Appreciate it.
Best-selling beverage is our house vodka. We have sold 703 drinks, year-to-date. To-go, food items, so anytime that the staff puts in a ticket and labels it to go, we've had 1,064 items that we have boxed up for members. So that takes a lot of steps from the server putting in the order, the kitchen receiving the order, and then putting it in a box, labeling it, and making sure that it's sent out correctly as well. A lot of steps involved with that. The steak au parterre is our best-selling entree. We've sold 182 year-to-date through May. Covers, last year, May, we had 5,403. This year in May, we did 6,046. So an increase in what we are doing in our operation. I think we did this last year and there was an increase as well. So we're steadily growing at a healthy pace. Upcoming events, and we have 2 flyers for that on the next page. Comedy night and our Colorado Estate wine mixer. The wine mixer is on Wednesday. It's part of our member rewards program. We'll have live entertainment. We'll have a nice display with very unique wines from Colorado, Grand Valley Estate wines, with a presenter who can speak to the wine specifically. who knows them in detail. We'll have charcuterie and cheese board. So thank you, Ken, for registering this afternoon. We still have another week or so, so please let me know if you guys are interested in attending. We also have comedy night, so two high-profile comedians, Nora Lynch and Ben Roy. These comedians perform on a regular basis at Comedy Works in downtown Denver. So, they're pretty good. We need a few people to attend to make sure we can continue this really nice offering. And that is next Friday, the 28th, $60 for food and entertainment. But if you don't want the buffet, please let me know. We can still accommodate all of our members. Well, that's all I have.
How many reservations we got for coming?
Pretty low right now. Definitely quite a few to make sure that we can have a packed house.
How's the online reservation system going?
Really good. So online reservations, through the member portal, it's pretty easy to use for events. Jam that we use through Jonas for regular dining. We now offer that for breakfast as well. So if somebody wants to make a breakfast reservation, will let us know and want to bring in their family, that can be done as well. So very helpful.
What's your house vodka?
It's $5. That's what it's called. That's the brand name. We go through it, it's Mr. Boston. So Mr. Boston, we offer that for vodka, gin, rum, and our house bourbon.
Okay.
Any other comments online?
We had 167 respondents to the food and beverage survey that just closed on yesterday, just yesterday. So I'll send out some of those results here soon, but very positive. Kudos to Chef once again for his team and effort. So good feedback.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn? Someone? I'll second that. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys.